Top 10 One Piece animations that broke the internet. Let's do it. Okay. Goated. Nothing is better than the Straw Hats. Nothing is better than the Grand Line Adventure. Nothing is better than setting sail with your friends and trying to find the One Piece. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. There's a lot of anime out there. There's a lot of good anime out there. But there's only one piece, if you will.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the One Piece scenes that got everyone talking online.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for anybody not watching One Piece.
Number 10, Zoro vs. S-Hawk. The Egghead arc goes hard with Shin, even in relatively minor fights. Zoro, Luffy, and CP0 agents Lucci and Kaku are attacked by the Seraphim, altered clones of the former warlords. These include S-Hawk.
I love the anime studio for this fight too, because in the manga it was literally a panel and a half, right? Like it was like a couple pages. You get like one slash here, one slash there. I don't care what nobody says. This new One Piece anime that's coming out, cool, awesome, great. Am I gonna watch it? Absolutely. Is this anime still fucking awesome though? Yes, because of these top 10 moments.
A fiery giant child version of Zoro's.
Especially this, because this is what's happening currently, right? Especially the Seraphim versus Zoro and them, and then, you know.
Arch rival Mihawk. Oh, and he has Mr. One's blade powers. This short sequence sees Zoro evade S-Hawk's rapid strikes while juggling a restrained Kaku. The fluid animation, which changes styles several times and gives Zoro flashbacks of his Mr. One fights, is spectacular throughout.
Listen, giving Mihawk Seraphim the Blade fruit is retarded. Okay, that's diabolical. If the real Mihawk had that, nobody would stand a chance. Shanks would have no arms. I know that much.
The animators didn't have to go this hard for this fight, but the internet loved how much they spiced up the sequence. Number 9, Luffy defeats Katakuri. Luffy's fight against Big Mom's right-hand son lasts a long time, but it's the finale that got everyone talking and coming back for more.
I honestly feel like I'm the only one who didn't fully love this fight up until Snake Man. This fight was just like dragged out for me. Like it was just one pace, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure it was better reading it week by week, you know, but watching it, this fight dragged out so much up until Snake Man, because Katakuri was just canceling out Luffy, like everything he did, and then you'd hit him with something big and Luffy would go flying and he'd be hurt by it, you know, which doesn't make any sense because they're both rubber, they're both mochi, and there wasn't a whole lot of armament hockey going on against the two, right? Up until Snake Man, but it is what it is.
After Luffy develops a new Gear 4th form, Snake Man, which increases his speed, he finally gets Katakuri on the ropes by quickly changing the direction of his attacks. Their final clash sends shockwaves through the mirror worlds, and the whole battle made waves across the internet with how well animated it is.
And the cool thing with Snake Man is no one really sees how the foreshadowing is there with Gear 5, because he kind of looks like what Gear 5 Luffy looks like.
The speed of the blows, the crazy
Like he's got the ribbon, the
directions Luffy's attacks move in, and Katakuri's incredible
You know, he's got the ribbon, he's got the look, the smoke ribbon around. That's Nika.
flexibility make this a triumph all One Piece fans wanted to share in.
I hope they got the smoke in the Big Mom pack on here. For those of you who don't know, this absolutely blew my mind. In the Big Mom fight with Law and Kid, when Kid did his punk beam whatever, right? I don't really care about Kid. I forget what his name is. He's irrelevant. So when he did his punk blast, in the midst of the impact frame on the anime, they wrote in the fire, smoking that Big Mom pack. That is the hardest shit any anime studio has ever done in their life. That is the most gangster shit any anime studio has ever done. If you don't know, now you know. Go look it up if it's not here. If you don't see it here, go look it up, but I'm pretty sure you'll see it here. So stick around, actually. Don't go nowhere.
Number 8. Zoro cuts down King. Zoro's victories always bring the hype, but his battle against Kaido's commander King took things to a new level.
This fight right here will make you an immediate Zoro fanboy. This fight was so hard. I love the introduction to Lunarians. I loved how it showed how much stronger Zoro's gotten and the lengths that he'll go to defeat somebody for Luffy. You know, like for himself, but for everyone else too, you know? Like, on death's door, bro said, fuck with me.
King sends flaming attacks shaped like dragons at Zoro, who cuts through them all with his sword.
And listen, you see this anime here? You see this animation? This is every major fight. This is you just seen it with the Seraphims. You just seen it with this fight. Sanji and Queen was the same thing. Right? Like, you're getting this type of animation consistently with Toei Animation. Right? The pacing sucks, but the animation is flawless. I don't care what nobody says. I love this extra shit. I love it. This shit is sick. This is animation. We're bringing it to life. This is what it would look like. And people want to cry because they're doing too much. And now the guy who's behind all this creation, all this, I think he's out for 22 episodes. And he won't be back until Kizaru. So however many episodes until Kizaru shows up. Which is... it's insane. They don't like good animation. No.
Surrounded by green haki as he leaps towards the angel line.
Like, look at that. The fire dragons. Like, come on, bro.
Like swordsmen. The animation.
Fuck off. Like, seriously, that's amazing.
Team go all out with this fight, particularly their final exchange, as Fiery Red meets Green in a clash that leaves King crashing and down a wing. After all, what's a fallen angel compared to the future King of Hell? Number 7.
So Mihawk wants to be the greatest swordsman. That's cool. Zoro wants to be the king of hell. Greatest swordsman, king of hell. Greatest swordsman, king of hell. I think we locking it right there.
Whitebeard's.
Listen, Whitebeard's death at 7. That's almost blasphemy, but we'll see. R.I.P.
Death. Every episode set in Marineford has some kind of huge new developments that sent the internet talking, but its climax sees several that made it explode. Whitebeard confronts Blackbeard, his former subordinate, who kills his ex-captain with help from his new crew. Although Whitebeard dying standing
in the manga as well, for those of you who don't know, who don't read the manga, that scene where they're shooting at Roger right here, or Whitebeard, they literally blow a cannonball through his face in the manga. He has half of his face missing. You see that? You see that right there? I don't even know if I'm allowed to show that, so we'll go back to there. But look. Yeah. You see this right here?
Although Whitebeard...
They broke his mustache off, but half of his face was gone in the manga, and he still stood there and told everybody that the One Piece was real.
dying standing up and without any wound.
And that is why I'm getting the Whitebeard Jolly Roger tatted across my back. Sir Whitebeard, for you.
Of retreat is badass and worthy of enough discussion. It's his final words that turned the world upside down.
One Piece wa...
Say it with me, chat. The One Piece is real.
実在する
His confirmation that Roger's treasure, the
Was
One
harder.
Piece,
What
is
was harder
indeed
than
real, got
Whitebeard?
known in-world pirates talking. It also broke the internet in our worlds. Of course,
80-year-old man with cancer pulled up, said, "Y'all think y'all run this shit for real? Y'all don't think my old ass would get up and show y'all what the
the fact that it became a meme probably had something to do with it. Can we get much higher? Yes. Yes, we can.
死んでやがる立ったまま
Number 6,
That's right. A lot of these guys die laughing, smiling. My boy died standing. Okay? He died standing, 10 toes down. He was 10 toes down until he was 6 feet down. Anyway, number 6, Shanks one-shots kid. Listen, this, I'll tell you right now, you ain't one-shotting me. Shanks, you ain't one-shotting me. If I'm pulling up to any one of y'all pirates, I ain't getting one shot. You know who's getting one shot? Houston's mid. That's who. I could take a shot from Shanks. I know that for sure. Houston's mid, though.
Shanks one-shots kids. Fans have waited decades to see Luffy's idol Shanks in action, and somehow, the moment it finally happened, actually lived up to the hype. Faced with Kid, whose cocky, violent attitude and railgun attack could spell doom for Shanks' fleet, the Redhead Emperor springs into action.
Back to the animation. This fight is 5 seconds long. Look how hard this goes.
Leaping from ship to ship, Shanks hits Kid with a monumentally powerful single swing of his sword, wrecking Kid, his first mate, and causing explosions on Kid's ship.
カムサリ
The phenomenal animation.
The phenomenal animation. He was about to take the words out of my mouth. Matter of fact, Mojo, take it away.
Action and peak execution of this scene left the internet, much like Kid's crew, in danger of drowning. Though in our case, it was in hype instead of water.
And all this makes me think, like, how strong was Roger? How strong was Roger, and how strong were those pirates on God Valley? I want to see what really happened on God Valley. We know what Figurlin Garland did. We know what they were hunting Kuma and all the slaves. I want to see the fight, man. I want to see Roger in action. I want to see where they found Shanks, how the hell they found Shanks. I'm imagining he was just found in a treasure box, you know, because he was, right? They probably like, we're under attack. We gotta get everything out of here. Put him in a box. Ran. Box got lost somehow. I don't know. Baby in a box ended up on a pirate ship. Okay, I want to know what happened there, and I want to know if Shanks has a sibling.
5. Ace's death. Marineford really did change everything. Luffy and
The number one most hated thing in all of One Piece is probably Ace's death. Like, at the time of it happening, I don't think anybody hated anything in the anime more than that. Up to that point, and even after, because, like, what is there really to, like, oh, I hated that so much? Like, I don't know. People hated this. But in the sense of the Marineford arc and the way it was going, it had to happen. And it did make it better in a sense, to be honest. It did. It did make it better. Because honestly, if he survived, who knows if I would have liked it. Who knows if it would have been liked it. Well, I don't know. It's not what happened. He died. Let's see.
and the Whitebeard pirates' attempts to rescue Ace are seemingly rewarded. However, Ace's...
I will say this though, when they was running, he should have just went flame on and took off. I don't know why you're running, fire boy. Fly.
pride and his need to protect Luffy ultimately lead to tragedy. His fire is unable to withstand.
And what gets me, I like One Piece logic. Someone just broke something. Alright, chat, we back. We live. We back.
And Akainu's magma, and he steps in to save Luffy from being killed by the hot-blooded admiral, taking the blow himself. Ace's tearful final words are
Hole in
certainly
the chest.
heartbreaking enough that the Death God
Gotta love
starts
it.
talking and
I don't get how he's a Logia. And that happens. Even with armament hockey, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
boiling. But Ace's death was a true game-changing moment. Before he died, basically no one in One Piece died outside of flashbacks. The idea that no one was safe anymore sent the internet theory machine
Big yawn.
into overdrive.
Garb's wrong for letting that boy die too. He wrong for that. He's, well, I guess he didn't let him die. But he definitely didn't help as much as he should have.
Number 4, Galaxy Impact.
Speaking of the fuck.
The One Piece animators have been going off lately, and they really went ham with this moment.
The One Piece animator that got kicked off the show is going ham, yes. I don't know about everybody else though.
After Kobe is captured by the Blackbeard
We'll see.
pirates, Garp and the members of Sword decide to rescue him. and they arrive.
So far, I will say this has been my favorite moment of Egghead. This scene right here gave me chills.
In style by Garp launching their ship into the middle of the island. With Conqueror's Haki coming off him, Garp throws a punch so powerful it levels buildings around the plaza. The animators reached a new level with this attack, incorporating 3D and 2D animation.
Like, come on now. Like, come on now. This right here?
And turning Garp's shockwave punch into something as extra as the old man himself.
Impact!
If
A lot of people were mad at this though, because they did think that resembled a nuclear explosion a little too much, which you're about to see, like buildings evaporate, which is feel how you want to feel about it, I guess.
this is Garp's strength in his old age, seeing him in
This is an anime. This shit looks sick. Somebody drew that. That's badass.
his prime will probably do to the internet what he did to the plaza. Number 3, Roger vs. Whitebeard. From the very beginning of One Piece, we're told that Gold Roger obtained
Interesting for it being 3, because how minimal we see. It's not like this is like one of the longest, most drawn out fights, like broke the internet. Like Ace 1000% broke the internet way harder than this, for sure. For sure.
wealth, fame, and power. But it took nearly 1,000 episodes before we got to see the
Was it epic? Yes. Did it break the internet harder than Ace dying? Absolutely not.
Pirate King in
They sparred. These guys, they sparred. That's not gonna break the internet. I don't know.
action. Whitebeard's samurai commander Odin leaps at the chance to fight Roger, but the man who would be Pirate King sends him flying.
I'm sorry.
Enter Whitebeard, whose powerful haki and impressive mustache are more than a match for Roger's. Their clash is so strong, their blades don't even touch, and the shockwaves bend trees across the land. Seeing these two titans of One Piece finally fight blew everyone away just as hard. Number 2, Luffy vs. Lucci, rematch.
Like, I couldn't even imagine God Valley, bro. Like, come on now. Like, nobody, you can't imagine, like, Royal Rumble.
Most of the time, when Luffy defeats someone, he doesn't really fight them again after defeating them. That alone would have made his second fight with Lucci noteworthy, but Luffy bursting out Gear 5th takes this matchup to transcendent
nicotine
heights.
Gear 5 Luffy's a demon. He's a goon.
Luffy's transformation is epic.
I don't care what nobody says. Gear 5's fucking sick. Gear 5. Gear 5's sick. That's all I gotta say.
And kind of terrifying. Lucci's newly awakened form is fantastic too. Plus, Luffy's wacky reality warping moves are both figuratively and literally off the wall. It's clear that the
But I can't see how Gear 5 could be kind of annoying. I didn't think the Gear 5 Awakening episode, I honestly think that was one of the worst transformation grand openings I've seen. You know, like introducing a new transformation. That episode was annoying. They played the same animation like 5 times in a row. They did the jackpot thing like 3 times. They did him spinning Like the same exact animation. They did it 3 times. It was so weird for it to be this big thing, and it was just like, it felt really lazy. Didn't feel, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But in a concept, I really like Gear 5.
Animators are having as much fun with the fight as Luffy is. Well, almost. Anytime Gear 5th has been involved thus far, it's been the talk of the internet.
And Gear 5th is really just Oda telling everybody, hey, Luffy's power is me. Because I can do whatever I want in this state. Right? Gear 5 is Luffy breaking the 5th wall and becoming Oda and turning into whatever he wants. And doing whatever he wants because that's just what the fruit does. He could literally shape his body into anything he wants. His hair, turn it into anything. He's like Sun Wukong, right? He's a god.
Speaking of which, on Gear 5th, people theorized it was possible before it even happened.
Here it is. Now, you're not going to see it like the episode shows it because it's not going to show you the repetitive clips. I guarantee you it won't. But watch the episode. And if you have watched the episode, you know what I'm talking about. It was so bad.
The community blew up when it happened in the manga, but when Luffy's Awakened transformation debuted in the anime, the internet went crazy. After a near-death experience, Luffy comes back and is wilder and freer than ever before. In his white...
When they got to business, it was crazy, right? When they were fighting, it was amazing. But when he transformed and he laughed for fucking 10 minutes and they played the shit over and over and over again, that's some of the worst One Piece. That's some of the worst anime I've ever seen.
Rubbery new form, he brings a little more cartoon into this anime, using his ability to warp reality to knock around Kaido of the 4 Emperors, bouncing attacks back, popping his eyes out of his head, and generally weaponizing goofiness. Gear 5th broke the internet by combining epic action with Luffy's childlike silliness. It would probably take the discovery of the One Piece itself to top this. Is there a viral One Piece moment we missed out on? Let us know in those comments below.
Recently? Yeah, the Law and fucking Kid one. How the fuck do they not have that? How do they not have that? Smoking on that Big Mom pack. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen any anime do in my life. I literally can't believe this is real. This is like the biggest Easter egg of all time because how fast that was.